Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's tense. It's the Champions League night. Champions League nights are always tense, and especially if you're a City fan, it's handling from past experiences. You know it's gonna be tense. And then you have Pep Guardiola tinkering with the lineup and stuff. It's never as a Champions League night gone Champions League knockout night gone through smoothly for City. It's always full of drama, it's always full of tension, it's always full of incidents which you can't even imagine. Taking it back to Monaco, taking it back to Lyon, taking it back to Tottenham. Go back, and especially since Pep came, the history of tense Champions League matches has always been there. Champions League tense knockout matches for City. Maybe it's just the DNA of the club. It's just who we are. We're always used to that drama, to winning things in the most unusual of fashions, and also going out to the most unusual of fashions. Remember one game in the second division, I think. Which City thought we were through, and City went on to defend when in fact we needed one more goal, and the manager took off all of the attackers and put on defenders only to realize at the last minute that City needed to score a goal. The DNA of the club has always been full of moments like this. What do you guys, by the way, think about the lineup? The lineup's very interesting for me. The way Pep has gone with it. Fix is here. Hey, Fix, how are you doing? I mean, I didn't expect this lineup. I'll be very fair to you. I didn't expect this lineup. For me, I thought Foden will play. I thought Riyad Mahrez will play. I thought at least one of, to be fair, I thought one of them will play. It's either going to be Foden or Mahrez. And I actually was thinking in the past days that it could be Foden on the left, Haaland in the middle, and Mahrez on the right. That would just be almost giving a message to Leipzig that we mean business, we will go end to end. If you want to attack, you think you have pace, we have pace with Foden, Haaland, and Mahrez up front. But no, I think Pep has gone the other way around. Pep has gone for control. Pep has gone for more patience. Pep has gone for more possession style football. Pep has gone for his tried and tested possession based style. Because if you look at that lineup, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Grealish, so you're literally fitting four midfielders into the team. Now I know that Gundogan can play out, Gundogan can go out wide, Grealish can come into the midfield and be comfortable. Likewise, Bernardo could come into the middle, De Bruyne could go out wide and try to ping those crosses into Haaland. So I know Pep. I can see for a bit what Pep has tried to do here. He has tried to make Yes, he has tried to make it, make rotation, make that versatility possible, versatility of his attacking players and and his midfield players, of course, apart from Haaland. So I know that Pep has gone. That Pep has gone for players who can, offer that pauser, which Pep said. Pep said Foden doesn't have that pauser, which means he cannot control the tempo of the game as much as a Gundogan does or a Bernardo Silva does. So I actually think that Pep has gone with the team that in a way represents himself. In a way represents his past Barcelona teams of the 2008-9 in personality wise, keeping possession and stuff here. So be very interesting what tactics Pep uses here. Fixes. Who do you think will win? Fix. I do not predict actually, because whenever I predict something, especially for City matches, it always happens to go reverse. So I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. I just cannot predict. What do you think? Who will win? Let me know your score prediction and let me know who do you think will win, Fix. Because I absolutely have left predicting, because I think a few years ago I was actively predicting, and I noticed that whatever I do, it especially with City, it always goes the other way. So I've stopped predicting uh, from then on. I mean, regarding this lineup issue, I can understand why he has gone for, like we've discussed, that versatility part and stuff. But how can Pep forget that energy of running in behind, that energy of stretching defenses, that sense of extra pace which Foden gives you that sense of extra skiddiness which Foden gives you, that sense of extra attacking option which Riyad Mahrez gives you. Riyad Mahrez on his left foot cutting inside is as dangerous as an Arjen Robben, for example. So defenders will be wary of him that way. So with Bernardo and playing Grealish, you have now put the blueprint in front of RB Leipzig, if I could say so, telling this is how we will attack. Grealish will have the ball, Bernardo will have the ball, both will look to cut inside. So in a way, we are telling RB Leipzig to defend narrow and then hit us on the break. That's what we are telling RB Leipzig. So the lineup doesn't make it unpredictable. The lineup, in fact, makes it bloody so much predictable. The lineup, in fact, makes it that much more easy for Leipzig, I would say, if I dare say it. The back four, I'm fine. I mean, people are like, I know people who are not happy to see Stones there. In fact, I thought it could be Ake, Diaz, Stones, and Kyle Walker. I mean, on form, I think that is our best back four. But Pep has gone with Akanji due to his extra pace. And I know why he's not playing Walker there, because I think Pep thinks that balls through the defenses, balls over the top. I think Stones is much capable of retaining possession if need be. If need be, Stones can invert and he can play beside Rodri in that six role, in that number six role. So I think that's why he's actually played John Stones over there. Width is a problem. One of my friend was I was just talking with a friend before this match, and he was asking where is the width, and that was a bloody good question actually. On the left hand side, probably Ake could go forward. We have seen Ake make some wonderful runs going forward, but especially in the previous games. But on the right hand side, it's interesting. On the right hand side, John Stones, does John Stones have the recovery pace? I don't know. I don't know. But I wonder if Pep needed recovery pace and someone going on the outside and providing width and giving crosses in. I think Pep would have played Walker. I wonder that John Stones could probably join Rodri, and and since the nature of Leipzig is playing on the break, since the nature of Leipzig is attacking with pace, with Timo Werner, with Sabo Zalai, with David Raum, overlapping and stuff. I actually think that the primary task of John Stones will be to come inside and sit beside Rodri, and then it virtually becomes a back six and then a front five for City. Does that make sense? Back six and a front, yes, a back six and a front five for City. Sorry, back six and a front four for City. So that's what I was thinking. Where did that extra number come from? Yeah. So I think that is how Pep wants to play this game. So John Stones will invert inside. Why Lewis? Why Stones in place of Lewis? I think Lewis is just inexperienced at this level, and Stones is better defensively 1v1 than Lewis. So I think that's where Stones is playing. So I think that is it. I'll be very surprised if Stones actually ends up overlapping a lot. He might overlap occasionally, but overlapping a lot, I'll be very surprised and stunned if that happens. So the tactics here will be interesting. I know more than half of our fan base, in fact 80% of our fan base is very unhappy with the lineup. 80% of a fan base thinks that Pep has gone on one of his crazy bonker lineup picking sprees again. Sumant is here. Hey Sumant, how are you? What are your thoughts on the lineup, Sumant? Wow, you're telling good lineup. Are you telling it in a sarcastic fashion, or do you really like the lineup? Because most of our fans on Twitter, Reddit, and in other forums are like, people are not liking the lineup. People are stunned that Pep is not starting Mahrez and Pep is not starting Phil Foden. Actually, I was stunned that Mahrez is not starting. So I don't know. I think this lineup is too much of a possession based one. That is my concern. Someone says Bernardo. Bernardo is there, so it's a difficult one, Sumant, honestly, because Riyad Mahrez has scored so many goals in Champions League knockout competitions matches, right? Not now, in the past 2 3 years as well. Mahrez has been our go-to man at this stage. At this stage, when the pressure comes, Mahrez is the man. Remember Real Madrid semi-final? Riyad Mahrez scores a banger from outside of the box. So I think Mahrez has the experience to hit these strikes in this sort of a situation. So Borussia Dortmund, we were trialing 2-1 in the leg, and in the tie, and Mahrez goes and scores a penalty under pressure. So Mahrez PSG, we were trialing, and Mahrez scores a free kick. So I think Mahrez has the experience of this, and Mahrez scored in the first leg of the Leipzig game as well. So I'm surprised that Pep didn't go for Mahrez actually. That's the thing. And he went, okay. I mean, Suman says Bernardo will control the game so good. I know that Suman, but probably then why not play Bernardo on the left hand side and then Riyad Mahrez on the right hand side? That could be an option, right? Because you need an attacker, you need someone who has been in tough situations like this. Because in games like this, it could well be decided on one moment. You might have one chance, and if you miss it, that's it. The tie could be done. How many times you have not seen against Leon? Sterling had an open goal. Gabriel Jesus had an open goal. Missed those open goals. We were knocked out. Against Monaco, we missed a couple of chances, knocked out. Real Madrid, Jack Grealish went through 1v1 twice, missed it, knocked out. These knockout stages of the Champions League are ruthless. You need to be a bloody no nonsense hunter, ferocious hunter to get through stages like these. JSK says, what a stupid lineup. Next year is us. Wow, JSK, you're very optimistic, and I know you wanted Stefan Ortega. That is your disappointment. I know. For that, I think you'll have to wait for that. By the way, what do you guys think about the defense? Do you think Walker should have started on right back, or is Stones fine? It's a risk, I think. Pep has actually taken a risk, I think, by playing Stones over Walker. I think he's played a risk by playing Akanji over there, actually, because if Akanji doesn't play, Stones comes into the centre back position and Walker on the right back position. Otherwise, Pep could have played Ake, Stones, Diaz, Akanji, and Walker. That would have been a bloody pacey backline, of course, with the exception of Diaz. So a couple of questions over there. De Bruyne's form needs to be seen how it goes in this match. Suman says everyone in the lineup will control the turbulence Leipzig possesses. That is true, Suman, that is true. But where is the attacking outlet for me? I know the attacking outlet is Haaland, but Haaland will always be closely marked. Where is another attacking outlet? Maybe it could be the runs of Gundogan from deep. The second man runs or third man runs of Gundogan. That could be the plan actually. Gundo could almost play like a second striker just in behind Haaland in certain attacking situations. Tactics will be very interesting. The tactics will be exceptional. I mean, seeing this lineup, the first thing you will notice is the tactics must be exceptionally complex. And looking at the personnel, Pep has picked in the midfield and the attacking positions, except Haaland, of course. You would not help but think of the complexity of the instructions which Pep has given and the type of personalities and the type of technical ability people should have to carry it. That's why you're seeing Bernardo, Grealish, Gundogan, De Bruyne, people with a high level of technical quality. JSK says, no, Rico Lewis should, but Rico Lewis, I think, is too young for a game of this magnitude, I think. Especially in terms of 1v1 experience, and the game has kicked off. City kick off the ball from left to right at the Etihad. Suman says, seriously, lineup is good. We will control the game. Thanks, Suman, for the confidence. Let's see how the game goes. JSK says we should switch our gameplay for possession based to quick counter. But under Pep, I don't think that will ever happen, quick counter attack. But we might move to a team probably next year and the year after that. We could move to a team who will learn how to play with Erling Haaland. Leipzig on the counter attack here. Leipzig already on the counter attack here. Leipzig trying to pass the ball and find players, especially Timo Werner and I think Sabozalai who's playing. There, Ederson with a very bad kick. Ederson with an extremely bad kick, and Rodri does well. Timo Werner's offside, as he has always been. all his life. Leipzig are looking on the front foot here. They're pressing City straight on. That was a risky ball from Ederson. Very risky ball from Ederson. Kevin De Bruyne has come back. Kevin De Bruyne is playing out wide. That's almost a slip from Manuel Akanji. Ederson. What are we doing here? That's a City throw in. I don't know what Kevin De Bruyne, I don't know what he has done, but Leipzig lose the ball and City get it. It's a City free kick, I think. But we are unnecessarily putting ourselves under pressure over there with the 1-2s we're playing. Gundogan Rodri. Switch off the play to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva plays an early ball to Kevin De Bruyne. Ah! He skied it. Gundo! That was a chance. Gundo! What did you do, Gundo? That was a chance. Guys, did you see Gundogan? What a chance that was for Gundogan over there. Gundogan should be scoring that. That should be in the back of the net. That should be in the back of the net. Ah! Gundo! What did you do, man? We know that Leipzig can play well through the press. Bernardo Silva does well. Bernardo Silva does extremely well. And that's a corner. But what a chance for Gundogan. What a chance for Gundogan. See, those are the chances you need to take. Those are the chances you need to take. That is how ruthless you should be to go through in the Champions League knockout stages. Ah, what a chance for Gundogan. That too, absolutely in the first minutes of the game. It's a good corner, I would say. John Stones does well there. Otherwise, Leipzig were through on the counter. What a ball by Kevin De Bruyne. Almost. Leipzig are breaking quickly. Leipzig are breaking quickly over there. Rodri does well. Rodri does well. There seems to be a bit of a communication gap between our players. I don't know why that is. Rodri did extremely well there to get back. But that Gundogan chance, that was such an easy chance as well. I know it was on a volley a bit, but a player of Gundogan's quality must be able to deal with it. For sure. Leipzig are just trying to go on quick counter attacks and trying to play through our press. So it's going to be an intense match. It's going to be an exciting match. Again, they've opened this passing clinic at the back. I don't know why they didn't switch it and De Bruyne loses the ball. Leipzig tried to play out from the back and the ball's gone out. It's David Ram, Josko Guardiol. They've got some bloody good players in the back line as well as in the midfield. Sabozlai, Limer. The front line is also very exciting. So, I mean, I'm already feeling the nerves, the pulse, the tension. It's almost two contrasting styles of football today. One counter attacking versus one possession based. Very interesting. The ball just goes above Haaland over there. Manuel Akanji. Kanji does well. We are create the positive thing is that we are creating chances fairly more than we did against Crystal Palace as well. We are creating chances, we're putting balls into the box, the Gundo chance, the Haaland half chance. So we're creating chances here. At least till now, the play out from the back has been superb. Has been some of the best I've seen this season. Press the keeper, press the keeper, press the keeper. Press, press, press. The backup to the press is impressive, I would say. The press is going on. There's always a backup centre back there to mop the things up, especially for that ball over the top. Been impressed with the shape, been impressed with the structure, at least till now. Don't know why Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne is not having a good game, at least till now. He's been losing the ball a bit, and his touches as well aren't quite on the level. But we know what the De Bruyne, but the ball De Bruyne has put in for Gundogan was excellent. You need to get De Bruyne into those kind of a positions. Manuel Akanji, Gundogan, Rodri, Nathan Ake. We are playing out from the back pretty well actually. Ake, Rodri, the ball out to Grealish is superb. It's neat. Jack Grealish is maintaining the width over there. Gundogan. The reverse pass to Jack Grealish. Just not happened there for Gundogan, but the idea was superb over there. The idea was very good. Grealish playing that Gundogan and Grealish, the understanding. Gundogan trying to play a 1-2 with Grealish is just superb. If only Gundogan had threaded that pass through to Grealish, that would have just taken out the entire Leipzig defense. Very good, extremely good play by Gundogan. At least till now, City have been disciplined and they've done what Pep has asked them to do. Rodri on the ball. Bernardo Silva roaming in the midfield. I'm sorry, it's John Stones roaming in the midfield actually. Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne. The 1-2, the passing triangles, the 1-2s are actually very good. Edison. Nathan Ake. Erling Haaland with the run. Ah! Almost. That was almost a Haaland special. Ah! What a ball there out to Erling Haaland. Very good ball, and I think it's a bloody good save from the keeper as well. Erling. Haaland should have scored there by his high standards. Haaland should have scored. Haaland should have scored. Josko Gvardiol could not do anything. Ball just skidded away from him at the last moment, but I think Haaland should have scored over there. What a chance that was. Nathan Ake, Manuel Akanji, Rodri, Ake. 11 minutes in this game have looked like 11 hours, honestly. It's just been so tense. It's a City throw. I think, is it a free kick or a throw? But the Haaland chance, the Gundogan chance, honestly, should have been 2 goals to us. Those are the chances you need to take in this competition. Especially the Haaland one, I think. I know it's a bit difficult, but that's why we have bought him. De Bruyne's cross straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. De Bruyne at his best would have landed it on the head of at least Grealish, if not Haaland. Press the goalkeeper. Rodri does well over there to collect the ball because Leipzig are almost playing with a 4-4-2 over there with the two strikers trying to put pressure on Leipzig. Sorry, pressure on Rodri. That's interesting. But the way City have controlled the ball is just amazing. Playing out from the back and stuff, and we've created chances as well. Now it's just time to put those chances to rest. Mistake. But why did he have to play it through the hole between both the strikers? I'll never understand. But anyway, no damage done, and we are back again, building out from the back patiently in a fortress called as Etihad. Given away. Mistake from Ruben Diaz. It's a mistake from Ruben Diaz. Edison collects it, but look at that. That's a mistake from Ruben Diaz. Those are the kind of chances. And just look at the cross from David Raum. It's just excellent. It's a waste of a delivery from Jack Grealish over there. But those are the kind of mistakes which Leipzig are actually waiting for. Miss kick from Ruben Diaz. I think it was playing out from the back. Manuel Akanji with the ball. That's a foul in favor of City. Leipzig are slowly starting to get back into the games. This is the fear. This is the fear. That's why when you get early chances, when you get good chances, you need to score. Especially the Haaland one and the Gundogan one. I think one needed to go in. I think the chances were so good, especially the Gundogan one and the Haaland one as well, especially for a striker of his ilk. That is well played. Give it to Grealish. Give it to Grealish. It's playing out from the back. Yes. Is it a corner for City? I think yes, it's a corner for City. We're attacking well. It's just the final ball in the goal that is just not happening. In the final ball was happening, but our shots are just not good enough. Grealish here could have done much better actually. Grealish for me could have done much better over there. That was never going to be a handball. Jack Grealish. That was actually a position from which Jack really should have done better than score the corner. I know he was just trying to bend it into the far corner, but need to be clinical. City playing out from the back again. Need to be very careful. The last time we tried to play out from the back, it was Diaz who almost gave it away. Ake, Rodri. Rodri does extremely well. The interception is good. De Bruyne is on hand to mop up. Rodri to Nathan Ake. Ake to Grealish. Grealish a loose ball again. Where is the concentration, guys? Focus. Focus, guys. Focus. That's an extremely good goal. What is KDB doing here? What is KDB doing? He's hit another one, get another one straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. That is such a wonderful crossing position. KDB, we need better things from you, man. That's good pressing. That's extremely good pressing. I think Blaswich is the goalkeeper. Bernardo Silva just got him right out. It's a corner for City and Jack Grealish is taking it. City players were, I think, maybe appealing for a hand. There was no hand there, I think, but another half chance over there. We're creating chances. Just need to score one of them. The only good thing happening here is we're testing the goalkeeper more often we have done in the previous matches, be it League or the Champions League. Haaland does extremely well. It's a free kick to Leipzig, I think. They're just showing the replay of the corner. Let's see. There's a chance for Akanji. The ball just didn't fall to Haaland. Oh, the referee is having a potential penalty check. The referee is having a potential penalty check. I think that should be a penalty. What do you guys say? I think that should be a penalty for City. It's hit his arm. It's hit his arm. It's hit his arm for sure. It's hit his arm for sure. That's a penalty. I'll be stunned if it's not given. That's a penalty. It's a penalty for City. It's a penalty. It's hit his arm for sure. That's a penalty for City. Erling Haaland. This is the reason why we have got Erling Haaland. It is in these decisive moments. Can he stand up? Can he stand up? It's intense pressure. Guys, I'm feeling the pressure as well. Intense pressure. This is why Erling Haaland has come here. Not to bloody score more than 100 plus goals in the league that we have always done. It is in this high crunch pressure moments our striker needs to be absolutely critical. He needs to be absolutely on the top of his game. Erling Haaland. The rain's falling behind him. The typical rain of Manchester. Erling Haaland taking a deep breath. This is it. This is the reason why we have got him. It's a goal! It's a goal! Haaland scores! Erling Haaland puts City ahead 1-0. Erling! Yes! Was a very high pressure penalty. Vinay is here. Hey Vinay. Hope you're enjoying it, enjoying the game. Vinay says same penalty as Laporte versus Madrid. Yeah, exactly the same penalty. Exactly the same penalty as Laporte versus Madrid. But there was a difference here. Laporte, if you notice in that occasion, Laporte when he was jumping the ball, his Laporte's hands were not in an unnatural shape. Laporte hands were sort of, when he was jumping, the hands had to go in that position. But here, he stretched his arm out actually. Here, the arms are in an unnatural position. I always thought that Laporte's one was not a penalty against Madrid, which Madrid got. Laporte's one was not a penalty. This one is. And if RB Leipzig feel this, they are robbed of this one. Let us please remind them of the Benjamin Hendricks is the same play. Oh, it's another goal! Erling Haaland is on fire! Erling Haaland! Erling! Salute to you! Wow! Erling Haaland with the follow-up! City at the Etihad! Who dare come to the Etihad and dream of beating us? Manchester City! Wow! But what a shot that was! Who hit the initial strike? I didn't see it. Vinay, can you tell me who hit the initial strike? I just didn't see it. Who is the one who hit the initial strike over there against the crossbar? Who is it? I think it was Kevin De Bruyne with the initial strike against the crossbar. Yes, it was Kevin De Bruyne. Ball hits the crossbar, but look at the anticipation of Erling Haaland. That is the most important thing here. No doubt this man has Champions League anthem for his alarm. Vinay says the same player gets away from handball in last minute at Leipzig. Justice served. Justice absolutely served. JSK says, what a pen. I don't think except Lev, Yashin, anyone can save it. JSK, but your favorite keeper, Errorson, can save it, I think. But again, the penalty was very cool, I think, from Erling Haaland. The goalkeeper dived the right way. And still Haaland hit. I think the key to that penalty was Haaland hit it low. I think that was the key. But the second goal, the follow-up is fantastic. Now let us just score one more goal and let us just sit back and enjoy the match. One more goal, I think, and we should kill off the match. Who the hell was that? Who lost the ball? That hit from De Bruyne and the follow-up from Erling Haaland just out of this world. JSK says, just hope he doesn't F up today, or else I'll personally fly to Etihad and give him a season-ending tackle. That will serve two purposes, JSK. One, City will concede less goals, and two, your favorite Stefan Ortega will. play. I think it's not a bad idea to personally go to the Etihad and give a nice kick up Ederson's back. It's offside against Leipzig. We need to control the game from here on, guys. Nothing's over. Nothing is over. This is the Champions League. Nothing's over. I think we need to score one more goal. I think one more goal just to be on the safer side. I don't know why we are taking so much risk and trying to play out from the back. It's just so frustrating. We have lost the ball twice, I think, now after conceding the goal. Again, we have just dropped off a bit. This is something you can't do in this competition. Drop off after scoring a goal. That is not allowed. That is the speciality of this competition. You need to concentrate 100% of the time. Press, press, press. Bernardo, Bernardo, press. Very good press from Bernardo Silva over there. It's a free kick to Leipzig. Kanji does well. He had to take out the man since he didn't get the ball. Leipzig on the attack here. Leipzig on the counter attack here. That's a city throw, I think. Yes, that's a city throw. Take your time, guys. Take your time. But Erling Haaland was absolutely fantastic and ruthless for that rebound. It wasn't an easy finish because the ball was coming off the crossbar. It's difficult to anticipate. Those are the kind of goals which Sterling, Jesus would have surely missed. It's a Leipzig free kick. Honestly, don't know why, but it's raining. It's snowing. I think it's not even raining. It's snowing. The snow coupled with it's snowing. Actually, it's not raining. JSK says, don't worry, this time defense is incredible with Ortega in goal. I'm sure we'll be able to match prime Barca to lol. By the way, did you guys see the allegations on Barcelona, that referee scandal and stuff? And and there was something in a Barca newspaper. Well, we'll talk about this after Leipzig free kick. Edison does well over there. Yeah, so I think there was some news on Marca, which is a Spanish outlet, that previous Barcelona presidents and people of the board, they admit that they have bribed they bribed the referees, because it seems that the referees were being too soft and giving decisions in favor of Madrid. So, but the thing here is, you look at the media are being too soft on this when this is a much serious allegation than what City have done. It's an allegation of bloody outright cheating. So, but still the media is soft-hearted, and they're thinking Barcelona is innocent until proven guilty. Then why is it always the opposite of us, that we are always guilty until proven innocent? It's just the charges which we are put on. Now, everyone in the club, everyone is confident that we'll come out of it. Yet it's the opposite situation at Barca, and media tends to think Barcelona are more likely to be proven innocent than us. It's just a typical Hippocratic bias. That's all. Erling Haaland. What a chance for Erling Haaland over there. Should have been a Erling Haaland hat trick. He's hit it with power. I know, probably on a stronger left foot. Should have gone across the goalie, I think. But that kind of a shot from that angle is always. Aguero is one of the best at that. He hits the balls into the roof over there. But if Haaland would have scored that, that would have been a comfortable 3-0 lead going into the break. It's a free kick in favor of City. JSK says I don't care as long as Madrid don't win the league. By the way, anyway, La Liga now, that too without Messi, Ronaldo, it's not that exciting as well. And I think it's not good for La Liga if Barca go down, because if Barca are relegated or something due to these charges, then it will be another League One, another Liga, just like a French league, just like the PSG league. City's free kick over here, but that honestly, with the chances we have had, we should have been at least 4-0 up at this stage. Exactly, Jeske. Alvarez is also good at that tight angle. Just like Aguero. Alvarez scoring from the tight angle, he just reminds you of Sergio Aguero. There are very few people in the world who can score from the tight angle. Aguero is one and Alvarez is one, I think. I would go on as far as to say that I think even Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't score it from that sort of a tight angle. It's a difficult skill into the roof. When Mbappe doesn't score it, very few. Probably Messi scores it. I haven't seen him scoring that. Yeah, Messi can, yeah. But I haven't seen Messi scoring those chances probably. But I'm sure he can. There's nothing Messi can't do. Lewandowski, no, I don't think Leva can. I don't think Leva can. Ederson has come out again. JSK, almost another errors and mistake. Almost another errors and mistake. Look at what Ederson had done here. That's what Leipzig can do. They're so lethal on the counter. Exactly right. And by the way, if you see, it was a foul by Ederson and not the other way around. Luckily for us, the referee booked Timo Werner. Again, another mistake. What are we doing playing out from the back? Another mistake from Rodri this time again. What the hell are we doing here? Look at that. Mistake from Rodri. Bloody kick it out. Why doesn't someone have some sense? When the heavy press of Leipzig is on, why don't we just kick it out and then start again? Just push Leipzig back. JSK says I will rather play Cancelo and goalkeeper too if he needs the game time so bad. Exactly, this is Rodri mistake, Ederson mistake. Wow. Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish, Rodri, Ruben Diaz, Jack Grealish does extremely well over there. Erling Haaland. Plays it off to Jack Grealish. That's surely a penalty shot which VAR will look at, but Gundogan hit it out. But I just think it maybe is outside the box, but let us see. There's nothing in it. Both the teams are struggling to play out from the back here, but it's John Stones, Nathan Ake, Rodri, Manuel Akanji. That's a free kick to City. It's a foul on Kevin De Bruyne. But I'm still frustrated with the fouls that we have done actually. Sorry, not the fouls, but the mistakes we have done. Rodri, one mistake. Ederson, one was touch and go. I agree, but Rodri, one was. I don't get it. Yes, we have to play out from the back, but when another team is on to you, pressing you so much, I just think that you need to kick kick the ball up, relieve the pressure, and then come again. Another chance for Gundogan. How many chances will we miss? How many bloody chances will we miss? How many chances will we miss? Should have easily been 5-0 or something like that. Gundogan with his second big chance, he's missed it. Of course, Gundogan made the chance with his run. I know that, but the goalkeeper's keeping them in this Leipzig. City after the two goals have just gone a bit quiet, I must say. Pep Guardiola would want half time to come as fast as possible, I guess, just to give the team a kick on the back. It's a free kick for Leipzig, but the pressing's been superb. Everything's been superb apart from the finish. Why is it that we always miss so easy chances? This was a 1v1 that Gundogan was going through. Again, you probably wanted a striker on it, but he should finish at this level. Gundogan should finish that at this level. No excuses for him. It's a Leipzig throw. Erling Haaland with the loose touch over there. Frustrating. Press, press, press the keeper, Erling. Rodri needs to tighten up his game a bit. He's played one to loose passes. I think Pep would want to bring on Kyle Walker as soon as possible in the second half because he can match the pace of Leipzig man to man. And Leipzig will bring on Danny Olmo, I think, around about the 65th minute. There'll be nothing like it if we can end the half with another goal. Jack Grealish does well over there. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, running 1v1. When Bernardo Silva is in that mood, cutting inside, it's just sometimes just unplayable. I think after the goals for 10 minutes, we had lost control, made a couple of mistakes. That doesn't won the Rodri one, but I think in the last 10 minutes, we've regained control. Need to end the half strongly. Create at least one more chance to end the half. Jack Grealish, Natanake, Rodri, Gundogan, Rodri, Gundogan. Acres of space for Natanake. Grealish is free. Grealish is free. Yes. Splitting Jack Grealish. Ah! Good ball from Grealish, but it's cut out and Ake to Grealish. Grealish to Rodri. Great run from Nathan Ake. Ah! Run from Haaland was also good. It's just good defending. Ah! Now we are short at the back. I think now we are a bit short at the back. Well read by Manuel Akanji. And the offside flag is up. The offside flag is up. We have controlled the game well for in the last 10 minutes, I think. Still, nothing's done. Nothing's done in the Champions League until the final whistle. We've learned it against Madrid, so it's a Leipzig throw in. Well defended by John Stones. The reading of the play by John Stones has been very good in City. The chance of going on the attack, but Rodri decides against it. And he wants to keep the ball with just a few seconds until the 45 is done. Probably one last attack. Gundo playing Jack Grealish. It's offside anyway. But I thought he'll playing Jack Grealish over there. I know Haaland made the run, but probably the ball onto Jack Grealish was a little bit more comfortable. The next goal is going to be bloody so important in this game. Jack Grealish gets the ball. Come on, guys. One last attack before the break. It's a corner for City to end the half. Is the snow still falling at the Etihad? I don't know. At least I'm not seeing it in the visuals. Corner kick for City to end the half. This pretty much should be the last kick of the game, of the half, I must say. Is it a goal? Ruben Diaz scores with the last kick of the half. Ruben Diaz scores. It's 3-0. 3-0 City. Absolute domination at the Etihad. 3-0. Is there an offside or something in it? Is there an element of something in it? Let me see. The header from Ruben Diaz, and I think it comes from Manuela Kanji. Because the ball doesn't fully go in, I think. I don't know who the goal will be credited to. They're telling Ruben Diaz, but what matters is we have got the goal and that's it. That's what should matter. That's all that matters. 3-0. When was the last time we have been so comfortable watching City going into half time? I can't remember it, but half time and the third goal would have surely broken off RB Leipzig because at 2-0 it was almost like you get a goal back early on, there's a chance, but at 3-0, I mean, never say never. AC Milan were leading 3-0, Istanbul. Liverpool made a comeback. I know no comparisons, but this is football, anything can happen. Madrid scored 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes or something, or 2 goals rather in the space of 2 minutes or something. So anything can happen. This is football, but that's a killer goal. I think that's an absolute killer goal at the very end. But overall, let us talk about the nature of the game. I actually think a lot of people were, including me, a lot of people were actually pessimistic about this lineup. We didn't like the lineup, especially Mahrez being dropped, especially Foden being dropped and all. We just didn't like it. But I have to say, I have to give it to Pep. We got this lineup spot on. Just appreciate the confidence of Sumant when he said he likes the lineup. I didn't see where he came from, but now I can see because I myself was not optimistic about this lineup, especially. I mean, of course, I wanted City to win, but I actually thought that this lineup was somewhere lacking that zip. It was lacking that pace. It was lacking that it was lacking that attacking instinct which Mahrez brought on. It was lacking that skiddiness. It was lacking that tempo which Foden always injected into the lineup. But Pep got it spot on with Grealish, Bernardo controlling the game. Especially Grealish's running has been direct. The running of Bernardo as well as it has been absolutely direct into the box. The way Bernardo was running 1v1 with the onto the defenders, David Ram, I think, on the right. It was just fantastic. So Pep, I must say Pep got it spot on. Bayaji says seriously, Ederson made a needs a slap for so many doofus moments this season. What was he thinking? Don't get me on there, Bayaji, because that was a crucial moment. Granted, we were 2-0 up, but had Ederson, made a mess of that, had Leipzig scored then 2-1, I would not have been surprised if it was 2-2 because that was a momentum swinging moment. It is from those moments that momentum swings. Ederson does that error. Our centre backs, our team would have been, disheartened. They would have lost confidence in playing out from the back. Rodri as well. Rodri also made a mistake, right? Leipzig didn't capitalize on it. So, but Rodri has had those moments this season. Okay, Ederson has made mistakes. I agree. Seriously, I don't know what Ederson was thinking. I really think that Ederson needs some serious competition in Stefan Ortega from next season. I know Ortega is doing well, but it's his first season. And from next season, I think if Ederson does this, Ortega comes straight back in the lineup. But the mistake from Rodri was the one in which I was surprised because of the last 3-4 seasons that Rodri has been with us, he has never made such mistakes. And today it was not that he was under intense pressure as well. It was just those characteristic mistake of Rodri which he made Spurs away. Rodri made the same mistake. I think Rose would have showed Leipzig players the Spurs match, Spurs away, where Rodri made that mistake and they scored. It was the exact same type of press. The angle of the press was same. Exact same mistake that Rodri made. Rodri made a mistake here. Rodri made mistake. Spurs away. Rodri makes a mistake. Forest that goal. Rodri had a part. Rodri makes a mistake. Everton, Temari Gray goal. If you remember, December the 31st. So literally, I can count four mistakes of Rodri, and Ederson have lost count of the amount of mistakes he's made. NB23 says 3-0. That's just wonderful. Suman says I like the referee and kudos to you, Suman. You like the team as well. You got it spot on. Vinay says Haaland got the goal or Diaz. It's Diaz. I think it's Diaz who's got goal over there. I don't know, but they have shown Diaz initially, but we'll have to check it back because I was not sure if the ball really rolled over or a part of the ball was behind the line. I just don't know. But anyway, what matters is the goal. Bayers says hat trick land, Haaland. Wow, that's a great rhyme. Haaland, hat trick land. But seriously, the mentality and the mentality of Haaland was top notch there. It was not an easy penalty to score under pressure, attacking your home end. That too, the goalkeeper Blasic is known for saving penalties. He's a bloody good penalty stopper, and the goalkeeper dived the right way, and the way Haaland hit that penalty was just clinical. Mahrez takes that penalty. I think Mahrez misses the penalty. I think because the goalkeeper dived the right way, and I think the technique of Haaland taking penalties is an exemplary one. Some of the best I've seen since Yaya Toure has taken it for City because he takes it low, he picks a spot and he takes it low and hits it with power, which means even if the goalkeeper chooses the right way, it's impossible to go solo and stop it. Just impossible. Omkar says Alvarez should come now. Not Alvarez, Omkar. Let us pray for Kyle Walker Blady to come on because John Stones is struggling a bit over that side with the pace. The pace of Timo Werner and the other guy as well. Both are making runs. I don't know the name. Both are making runs beyond John Stones. I know the defense is contained it, but especially the right side of our defense is struggling with those runs. Leipzig have always been able to bypass us over there. And especially right now, Danny Olmo comes on. I think he'll come on right from half time, which means it would become a bit more difficult for us to contain the runs of Werner, Olmo, Sabot and all of those 4 or 5 Leipzig players. The first 15 minutes of the second half, be ready for intense press. It will be exactly the same of what Leipzig did to us at their place in the first half, in the second half in Germany. The press will be ruthless, the press will be intense. Need to be very careful. We need to be absolutely careful of that. So the first 15-20 minutes of the next half will be crucial. I really want Kyle Walker to come on. I don't know for how much time John Stones can manage it. Vinay says Rodri needs rest. I know Rodri needs rest. He's played the entire World Cup. And bloody Calvin Phillips. It's because of him that Rodri has been in such a position. But again, this brings a larger question in front of you. Was it wise selling Romeo Lavia? Because Romeo Lavia, I'm sure, would have fitted in much, much better than Calvin Phillips. I mean, Calvin Phillips might go on and become a really good player at City. He could ultimately be that dashing midfielder who would replace Fernandinho because Rodri's style is different. Calvin Phillips, I agree, has a good passing range, better passing range than Rodri. But Romeo Lavia at this point of time would have been a much, much better fit. Look at what he's doing for Southampton. A 18-year-old kid, a 19-year-old kid is leading the entire midfield of a relegation team. He's getting on an average 7 or 8. That's just fantastic. They're showing the corner goal now. Let us see who gets it. It's Haaland actually. It's Haaland. It's hat-trick land and it's Haaland. It's been credited to Haaland. But everything about the goal was about Ruben Diaz, the header. The header was about Ruben Diaz, but then again the kind of curiosity is the word I would use. The curiosity to go there and go after the ball, judging what the ball will do next, where should I be. That is what has got Haaland all these goals. The second goal was that. The third goal was that. And by the way, I think today is the best I've seen us play with Erling Haaland, you know. I've seen us involve Erling Haaland more in the game. We were creating chances for him left, right, and center actually. Suman says Bernardo is very good in pressing. Bernardo is absolutely fantastic in pressing. For me, is the best presser in world football at the moment. Whatever anyone says, I mean, Julian Alvarez is not far behind, but he comes just a little bit behind Bernardo. But Bernardo Silva is the best presser in world football at the moment. He's been for the last 3 4 years. The angles, see, pressing is not just about running mindlessly with energy, right? People say Bernardo is an engine and he can run, but that's not the thing about pressing. Pressing is an art, and the angles are there. Bernardo is a trigger for our press. You need to choose the right angle, the right time, the right player to press. You need to, take out that. You need to lay traps, and when the opponent comes into that trap, you need to press. Pressing is an art. Not everyone can do it. Not everyone can absolutely do it. That's why Pep plays Bernardo Silva. People say, why can't Phil Foden do it? He do it. No, they can't do it. Pressing is something else. It's a unique skill in itself. If not for anything, Bernardo can just play literally for that pressing. Vinay says good night. Off to sleep early, Vinay. With City playing, I don't think you can go to bed. You can go to sleep early with City playing. I was just always wondering what would have happened to people would have just slept early for that Real Madrid game, especially after Mahrez scored in the 75th minute, thinking City would have won. I think they would have woken up in the morning with all hell broken loose, slammed left, right, and center with the social media stuff. JSK says hashtag Ederson and Gundogan out. Gundogan another one. Gundogan could have easily scored two more goals, right? The first chance in the third minute was, I think it's as good a chance as we have had all night, I think. That was the most easiest chance we've had all night. De Bruyne was spot on. Okay, the ball just wobbled a bit in front of Gundogan, but the technical quality of Gundogan, the striking ability of Gundogan, player he is, Gundogan should be able to score. I mean, I was surprised that Gundogan missed the second goal actually because he ran through, he made that run, which only he can do. But 1v1 with the goalkeeper, you always back Gundogan to finish. He's very good. It's absolutely good. JSK says, let's get this Leipzig goalkeeper too with Guardiola next season. But JSK, your favorite Ortega is already there. And the thing is, we might get anyone, but they come to City and they just turn out like that. Turn out just as our goalkeepers are. For example, Erling Haaland missing an open goal against Crystal Palace first half, right? In the earlier season, Sterling would have missed that. Gabby Jesus would have missed that. Now Haaland's missing that. So there are some things that just pass on from the past into the present at City. Finishing is one, and goalkeeping will be another one. You might bring Ter Stegen or Courtois or anyone, and they'll turn into as much error prone as Ederson. I'm confident of that. Bayaji says Gundo has taken over from Sterling this season in missing chances department. That's true, that's true. They're sharing it around, Bayaji. They're sharing it around because Haaland as well, for his game, he should have finished some. He missed them, and uh, Crystal Palace game, he has missed an open goal, a sitter. So Haaland has also had 2 3 matches where he's missed sitters himself as well. But honestly, I think next season we're in for a rebuild. We're in for a good rebuild. I think rebuild in the sense of we need a left back. But it's another question. With the I actually think. What do you think of Ake offensively? Because I've always thought even as far as last season, there was a game when we were playing against Brighton and we needed to win all the games. It was the last fifth game, I think. We're playing Brighton in the Premier League and Pep started Ake and Ake offered nothing offensively. Pep bought it was nil-nil. Pep bought on Zinchenko in the second half and Zinchenko provides the attacking impetus and City went 2-0 or something that game. So I always felt that Nathan Ake was defensively he was very good. I rate him as the best 1v1 defender in the Premier League right now. But offensively is nothing. But this season I've seen Ake offer more options offensively, especially that overlapping of Gabriel of Jack Grealish. He's done it now. He's done it against Arsenal FA Cup. He's done it against Crystal Palace, I think, when Haaland misses that open goal. So Ake is doing it regularly now. And whenever Ake does that, the opposition defense is just bamboozled. They're not expecting Ake of all people to do that. So I'm just wondering, Ake has improved so much. So do we really need a left back if Cancelo comes back next season? Because I know Ake's position is centre back, original position, but with the way Ake is playing it left back, if Cancelo is back next season, my question is, do we need a left back? I don't know. I don't know. And on that note, actually, news is that City is going for Ben Chilwell. Pep really wants Ben Chilwell next season, so that will be another interesting thing. JSK says, not really forgot Joe Hart, probably the best shot stopper in PL history after Peter Schmeichel. Exactly, Joe Hart. And he had to go, unfortunately, because Pep's style didn't suit him and it went downhill for him. Because there was a time, I think, around about that 2011, that period, that golden period for Joe Hart, 2011 to 2014, even 2015, I would say, when Joe Hart was actually better than David De Gea. United fans don't agree, but that was actually the case. The second half has kicked off, and did Leipzig make any changes? I don't know. Bayaji says Ake turning into a proper left back with each game passing now. Exactly, Bayaji. But Bayaji, I'm just thinking, imagine if Ben Chilwell gets into this lineup, the way he can overlap and underlap Jack Grealish, that would just be a nightmare for defenders. Not just Grealish, even Phil Foden, that would just be an absolute nightmare. Don't concede a goal in the first 15 minutes. That is our first priority. Under no circumstances should you concede a goal in the first 15 minutes of this half. JSK says no, Chilwell. This guy is made of glass. I know JSK, but it's just tempting. And there are strong rumors linking us to Chilwell. But it's tempting that when Chilwell is fit, just see his attacking runs, the way he just merouts that left flank. It's just so tempting to go for Ben Chilwell next season. The attacking impetus he can provide, he can literally be unplayable if we can keep Ben Chilwell fit. Because it's time we get a left back who can absolutely mirror out the left flank. Let's get David Raum instead. David Raum would also be a good choice, but I think he signed a long-term contract. If I'm not mistaken, it will be a bit difficult, I think. Yeah, Fulham left back is interesting. Anthony Robinson, I think, but in any one of these, I don't see the tactical understanding of Ben Chilwell attacking wise, especially the way he merouts down that left flank. It's just something else. It's just sometimes nigh on unplayable for defenders when he does that. I haven't seen a left back do that in the Premier League for a long time. Andy Robertson did it for Liverpool, I do agree. But after Andy Robertson, I haven't seen a left back do that in the Premier League. Mendy was that sort of a player. His crossing and all was excellent before all this shit happened. But if you remember the Liverpool game, I think 2017, when Ederson and Sadio Mane clashed the heads and Mane was sent off, City won 5-0 or something. Mendy's crossing, Mendy had 3 assists that game, I think. Mendy's crossing was just excellent that game. And then he just declined after that injuries and so on. But Jack Grealish with the ball. Jack Grealish gets a good return back from Kevin De Bruyne. Jack Grealish, just control the possession, mate. Just control the possession. First 15 minutes, we should not concede a goal. That is the aim, and that should be the aim. Erling Haaland with the ball. Ilkay Gundogan, Jack Grealish, Ilkay Gundogan! He misses the easy ones, but Gundogan scores the difficult ones. Gundo says, who needs an easy shot when I can score the most difficult ones? And if I'm not wrong, he's finished it off his weak foot as well. He's finished it off his weak left foot as well. Gundogan, wow, Gundogan, what a finish that is. That's a damn difficult finish. It was a damn difficult goal as well. What a finish that is. Erling Haaland. Everyone's on side over there. Jack Grealish. Ilkay Gundogan. Weak foot. Weak foot finish. Finds the corner. Wow. It was just like 2019, I think, 2000, not 19, 2020, 21 season when COVID hit season. City Chelsea, if you remember, City turned the screw in that Chelsea game and we turned around the season. City beat Chelsea 5-0, 6-0 or something like that. And Aguero misses a goal from 2 yards out, but he scores a banger from 30 yards out. Then Peter Dury says, miss from 2, scores from 30. So I think that's what this is. Ilkay Gundogan, for all those missed chances, he just made up for all of them, I must say. I just want us to go on now and give a proper maul to Leipzig here. It's a throw in. Arcade as well. The Arcade as very well there. Keeping a clean sheet is paramount here. Just imagine what that would do to our confidence. Clean sheet against Palace, clean sheet against Newcastle. Can we keep a clean sheet here? Third clean sheet in a row. If only Ederson agrees. Haaland's build-up play has been superb in this game. If you guys would have noticed, Haaland's just linked up absolutely superbly in this game. Jack Grealish, Rodri. How's that? It was almost close to our own goal by Josko Guardiola, but look at the cross of Kevin De Bruyne there. That's just fantastic. Yeah, it was almost an own goal from Josko Guardiola. If not Josko Guardiola, Haaland would have scored the fourth of his night. Fourth of this night. It's a corner for City. Kevin De Bruyne without swinging corner. Jack Grealish, Gundo. Ake just played out wide. Yes, gives it to Jack Grealish. That's another corner for City. Riyad Mahrez is warming up over there. Phil Foden's also warming up over there. Not the side which Leipzig wanted to see. That's another goal. Erling Haaland scores his fourth of the night. Erling Haaland is having a field day. Erling Haaland is announcing himself here in the Champions League at the Etihad. Erling Haaland, what a goal over there. Haaland is just tearing Leipzig to shreds. 4 goals for Erling Haaland. Look at the celebrations there. Alfinge Haaland's over there. Wow. What a goal from Erling Haaland. Bernardo was telling to Erling Haaland, my header, but what a pick out by Bernardo Silva, I would say. What a pick out by Bernardo Silva to find Erling Haaland, and the finish is instinctive. The finish is again instinctive. You would say the ball fell to Haaland. I would say that's the hard work of Haaland. Haaland anticipated it. Haaland anticipated the ball. He was mentally there. Powerful finish goal. Erling Haaland. England UK is here. He says the haters said this would be a really hard game for City. No way. We got Haaland. 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 We got Haaland. We got Bernardo. We got the Etihad crowd. We got the fans behind this team. I remember in the one football app, they predicted City will actually lose. That's what they predicted. Look at City turning it on. I mean, everyone played fantastically well. Right from the lineup selection to Pep, and I'll put my hand first and say I was wrong about the lineup. Pep was right. Pep was right, and in each of the players he picked, Pep was right about each of the tactics. Pep was right about everything today. It was spot on. It was a game from Pep's most beautiful and artistic dreams, I would say. Everything just inch perfect. The what the most satisfying thing in this game would be for Pep. It would not be the goals which Haaland scored or the assists of Bernardo Silva, Diaz, and all of that. The most satisfying thing in this game would be that I think after we scored the two goals, there was a period when Leipzig was pressing and Rodri does a mistake and he gives the ball away. And at that moment, all the other teams would have panicked and they would have actually stopped playing out from the back. But after that moment occurred, City still played out from the back. City still played out through that pressure. So that tells volumes about the team. That tells volumes about playing through tough situations, even though it's hard. We don't give up. We are not. We have the courage. If we do a mistake, we have the courage. Rodri had the courage again to ask for the ball in the exact same situation under the same pressure. Pep always says, I don't look for I don't care about players making mistakes. I care about players not having the courage when they've made a mistake to ask for the ball. Mahrez does extremely well. That would have been number 6. That would have been number 6 there. Just look at the dribble of Riyad Mahrez. Looks like everyone wants a bit of it. Haaland wasn't offside over there. I think Guardiola was playing him on. That was again a good header. It was a good header from Riyad Mahrez, and it's another goal. Erling Haaland scores another one. 5. It's 5. It's 5. It's 5. It's 5. It's 5 for Erling Haaland. What a goal! What a finish! What is the Champions League record for the total number of goals in a season? I don't know, but it's 5 for Erling Haaland. Wow! and few people said Haaland is making the City team worse. The media outlet said Haaland is making the City team worse. But look at the finish. Look at the finish. It's a proper striker's finish. It's a poacher's finish. It's Erling Haaland at his absolute best. It's Erling Haaland at his ruthless best, I would say. JSK says, still Edison out. JSK says, next time on Madrid, we have a score to settle, like our friend Salah said. I mean, right now I actually don't care who we actually get, because Napoli is a good team remaining. I mean, of course, in the Champions League, all are good teams, but Inter will be tough for the defensive prowess. AC Milan is not again going to be easy. Italian teams, I think, all are tough, but that's a poor giveaway. That's an absolute. We want a clean sheet. Yes. I think it's another mistake from Anderson, but I think if you ask me who's the most dangerous team in Champions League right now, I think I would say it's Napoli. Okay, Real Madrid for their experience, for all of their things, but generally I think it's Napoli. I think it's Napoli who's in form. Osimhen, Kvaratskhelia, their pace of play, their attacking sense of play, the way they sit back and attack, it's just superb. I think Napoli will be the most informed team coming into that Champions League draw. But yeah, let's bring on Real Madrid. We have a score to settle, and unlike Liverpool, when City have a score to settle, we do settle it. We are ruthless in that respect. JSK says, what was the difference between the other and this match? The other match was, I think it's the home difference because Leipzig is damn good at home. The German teams, the counter attack. Just that Leipzig's too good at home, but that will be an excuse. Then I think the difference from that game and this game is the scheduling. Because if you see that game, we were in the. I mean, if you look at the schedule of the Leipzig first leg, we were in the midst of a tough 4 or 5 away fixtures, right? We had Arsenal away, we had was it Forest away? No, I think. I mean, we were in the midst of a tough run of away fixtures uh, when we faced Leipzig. Then we were going through a couple of away fixtures over there, and the schedule was relentless. Now we had a couple of home fixtures. We were a bit more rested. De Bruyne got rest. The players Bernardo got rest for this game, so players got rest as well, I think. And I think John Stones as well is a big influence. If you see the overloads which John Stones is creating in the midfield, quietly John Stones has been a very good influence. So I think the schedule one and I think John Stones both have been the difference here. And also I think the home form of uh, the home advantage of German teams should not be underestimated, especially Leipzig. I think they're a damn difficult team to play at home. It's the same thing with Lyon, right? Okay, granted, we lost to Lyon at the Etihad as well, 2018 season, but generally in group stages, I remember whenever we would go to the France team, Nice, Lyon, we would generally struggle to score. It would be a nil-nil. So Nasir is here. Hey, Nasir, how are you? No, Nasir. Leipzig did not get any red card or something. It's 11 versus 11 who are playing. Haaland scored 5 goals. No, no red card or anything. No red card or anything. It's 11 versus 11. JSK says Rico Lewis or Walker is needed to match the pace to match with Osimhen. That is true. Walker is needed, but more than that, I think if you can control the game like these, because Osimhen is not faster than Timo Werner. For sure, he would have more striking skills, but Osimhen is not faster than Timo Werner. This Leipzig team is some of the fastest. But with Napoli, the thing is there is Kvaratskhelia, and Kvaratskhelia plays of the left for Napoli, I think, right? I think you need extremely good 1v1 defenders for that. I think you need Walker in top form if you play Napoli. I think Walker and Ake will be very crucial if you play Napoli, but I would not mind Ake and Stones actually because Stones is also damn good in 1v1 defending. Haaland is coming off and they're clapping for him. My God, 5 goals. This is one of the most iconic Champions League performances by Erling Haaland. The first penalty was not easy under pressure. He has taken it. It was a game 1-1. So when Haaland started his goal scoring spree, so it was not an easy match. Haaland made it look easy, but it's just one of the most iconic performances from Erling Haaland. Scored 5 goals. Nasir says he's a beast. Yes, he's a beast. Nasir is a beast. Sergio Gomez is coming on in the place of John Stones. Just bring on Maximo Parone as well, Pep. That will be interesting. But more than everything, I think I'll appreciate the courage of our defenders and Rodri, especially Rodri. After that mistake, still he had the heart to play through that press because Leipzig's press is said to be one of the best in the world. And right now, their pressing is so intense, the angles and everything is just so good from Leipzig. City are in the mood here. I think City want to score 10. Andre Silva comes on from for them. So Leipzig's press is like very intense. So the fact that our defenders played through the pressure in the early phases to Leipzig's press, I think it set the entire game up. Because when we were constantly playing through Leipzig's press, Leipzig is like you lose heart pressing when the opposition is playing through you constantly and Haaland is making those runs. Akanji, Diaz, Edison want a clean sheet. I think it's almost a three at the back with Calvin Phillips and Sergio Gomez in the midfield. We'll keep an eye on Calvin Phillips because he has 30 minutes. He has 30 minutes to show what he can do. Calvin Phillips, Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake. That's a foul. No, it's not a foul. It's not a foul on Kevin De Bruyne. And the referee is booking De Bruyne for diving as well. I thought that was a foul initially. I thought it was a foul. Press, press, press. I like the way we are still pressing even though it's 6-0. It's a throw in for Leipzig. Brian Rose is talking to his assistant. But I've quite liked the pressing of Leipzig. I've quite liked the way Leipzig have, especially in the first half, their intensity and stuff, the way they like to press. But City's counter pressing has been good as well. I think that is the reason why Pep started Jack Grealish and Bernardo because Bernardo is extremely good at counter pressing and Jack Grealish is unpressable. Of course, Bernardo is unpressable as well. So, who would you guys want as opponents in the next round? I know JSK asked it a while before, but be interesting. the opponents for the next round. I would not say that I would not want someone or I would avoid someone because even if it's Bayern Munich, I'm okay with it. This form and stuff, the way we have gone about business today. But I would like to see Bayern Real Madrid, and I would like to actually see us play Napoli because Napoli would be interesting. The game against Napoli, by the way, would just be so much intense. It would be so good. The match will be end to end if we play Napoli. Victor Osimhen, Quagliarella. Nothing like there. The clean sheet is paramount today. Clean sheet is very important today. That would mean 3 games in a row. All competitions we don't concede. If only Ederson wants a clean sheet, then only it's possible. Otherwise, I'm sure he'll make some silly mistake in the end. Grealish, Ake. Some of the one-touch passing today has been absolutely superb. Sergio Gomez, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake, Kevin De Bruyne again. Phil Foden gets there first. Foden would like to get on the clean sheet, get on the score sheet here. Foden would absolutely like. I would like us to make it 10 actually. Like us to make it 10. Calvin Phillips does well to intercept it. Eyes on Calvin Phillips, guys. How will he play? Some of his interceptions have been very good, at least for the 10 minutes he's come on. The ball's gone out anyway. Ball's gone out. And I think it's Danny Olmo who's coming on for Leipzig. They said he can play 30 minutes. Rose would have probably expected a 2-0 or 3, at least a 2-0 score line before he could bring on Danny Olmo. So that there's a chance. He would never have expected a 6-0 when Danny Olmo's coming on 7-1 on aggregate. Want us to score one more goal here. But the way Haaland scored one banger after the other, it again underlines the importance of strikers in this competition, especially the ruthlessness, because all of those finishes by Haaland were poachers finishes. The penalty was a striker's finish. The rebound of the bar, anticipation, striker's anticipation. Again, the Ruben Diaz header, striker's anticipation. He goes for that. The other 1-2 goals as well as striker's anticipation. So I think one of the unique things about today was the way in which it's a free kick for Leipzig, but the unique thing about today, like I was saying, is the way in which we controlled the game very well, did not give up possession, yet Haaland was involved in the game. So this is what many people were thinking was impossible. This is what many people were thinking. It's It's just not the kind of team that Haaland would fit into and stuff. And yet, look at what we have actually done. Nothing like Sergio Gomez has just picked up the ball and is trying to go through, and is bought a foul. Vinay says, "What a night at the Etihad! Fire! Is it 28 games unbeaten in UCL? Drawn Friday. The drawn Friday will be very interesting." Vinay, 2018 was the last game where we were beaten. Vinay, it was Leon. It is a sad game to remember. Sterling misses an open goal. Gabriel Jesus misses an open goal in that game. We lost 2-1 to Leon that day. 2018. Was it? Yes, I think 2018 we lost 2-1 to Leon, and that's it. After that, we have not been beaten at the Etihad. 30 games unbeaten. I think this is the 31st game unbeaten. I think it's 30 games unbeaten actually before this. 28 wins, 2 draws, and that too the two draws were against Sporting, and it was against another team when we were already through to the group stage. Other than that, we were not beaten at the Etihad since 2018. Vinay says Guardiola is no special. I think you could say that about pretty much any defender. You could pretty much say that about most defenders. Like if the team around them doesn't do the work, anyone is ordinary. I think today Guardiola has been isolated. There was no protection to him from his midfield or people around him. Alone, I think a defender can only do that much. So I still think we should go for Guardiola in the summer. He's a perfect replacement for Laporte, and he would suit our system perfectly. He has pace. He's a Rolls Royce defender. Josko Guardiola. He could be a long-term Vincent Kompany replacement, dare I say it, if he comes to City. Has captaincy material, has pace, has his very good in 1v1 situations, has everything. Nathan Ake, look at Nathan Ake's offensive play. He's just superb. He's just gliding through people. Vinay says get any fast centre back for 50 million, 110 million is too much. But I think one speciality of Josko Guardiola is 1v1 situations. When an attacker is running at Josko Guardiola, I think he defends it very well. It's almost like when Van Dijk was at his prime almost. There was a start where Van Dijk was not dribbled past for 2-3 years until Gabriel Jesus dribbled past him in a Community Shield match in 2018 or 19, I think. So I think Josko Guardiola is so good in 1v1 situations. I would even compare him to Virgil van Dijk in his absolute prime for Liverpool. I think one thing this system needs is very good 1v1 defenders. Because today, okay, there was no one running through on goal, but there were instances when Stones had to do 1v1 defending. There were instances when people had to do 1v1 defending. Ake had to do 1v1 defending. So, because of 50 million, I don't think you get the quality of Josko Guardiola. It's a free kick for Leipzig. JSK says Josko Guardiola is definitely coming. Pep has it seems so to say that Pep has said he wants Josko Guardiola at any cost. So I think we can be safe to say that Josko Guardiola is coming, and also another left back is coming. Now the question is, could be the left back could be Anthony Robinson. The left back could be literally anyone. It could be Ben Chilwell. It could be Rafael Guerrero. So there are couple of options. It could be DiMarco from Inter Milan. So couple of options. This the summer will be very interesting. Let us score one more goal. 7-0 would be a scoreline which United fans remember. JSK's is one bad don't define his class. Even Messi had couple of bad games. That didn't mean he's crap. For a moment, I thought Andre Silva scored here, but let us see what happened. It was just wide of goal. I think it had a deflection of Ake or someone. Yeah, exactly. Bad games happen, trap games happen, but I just think there was this Leipzig defense is not as good as people pointed out to be. I know they were good in the first game at home, but home games are actually something else. So, especially for German teams, they say home form is like they're very tough to play at home. But I would definitely like to pair Josko Guardiola with Ruben Diaz. It could be one of the most perfect partnerships. It could almost remind you of some iconic partnerships in world football because Ruben Diaz, he's that physical centre back with excellent aerial prowess and stuff. Carlos Puyol kind of a thing, and Josko Guardiola is almost like he's very quick off the turf. He's almost like your Rio Ferdinand kind of a defender. So it would just be a very very good combination. JSK's Josko Guardiola is a generational talent, no doubt about him. Not going for him after this will be our biggest mistake. But it's just the price tag, I think. 100 million because we'll have to spend 100 million for a winger as well. But yeah, you're right. Josko Guardiola is a generational talent. Pep wanted Virgil van Dijk, we didn't get him, of course. So I think after a lot of years we have waited, we are getting almost someone up there in Josko Guardiola. Because Van Dijk in his prime at 27 was almost untouchable, but this guy at 22, 23 is almost showing those qualities. I think it's a corner for us. Julian Alvarez over there. If we get Josko Guardiola, we'll be getting a couple of generational talents in our team. Josko Guardiola will be one. Julian Alvarez will be another. Of course, Erling Haaland is another one. Maxima Parone is another one. I think two signings we can almost confirm. One is Josko Guardiola and the other one is uh, Alexis McAllister. I think both of them are coming. That was a free header, but the cross was poor. The header didn't have any uh, power on it because the cross didn't have any pace on it. That's a good pinch by Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez is actually pressing very well. JSK says, let's get Kai Havertz too. I'm leaving JSK if Kai Havertz comes. I'll just shut down the stream if I know Kai Havertz comes. No Kai Havertz, please. Instead, we might as well take back Raheem Sterling instead of getting Kai Havertz. By the way, what do you guys think about getting Chelsea in the UCL draw? How would that feeling be? Would you guys want to get Chelsea? Because we have to give one up for them as well for the Champions League final thing. Riyad Mahrez the twisting and turning in the box, and that's a corner for City. Mahrez is just looking extra sharp today. He's just looking so good. But I think the decision of Pep Bernardo over Mahrez was a masterclass because everyone would have actually gone with Riyad Mahrez. It would almost have been a foolish decision if the game didn't go. our way of Pep starting Bernardo Silva over Mahrez, but that's the genius of Pep Guardiola. It was a fantastic decision, I would say. This game is, as much as it is Haaland's and all of the goals and all, I think it's a Pep masterclass. It's an absolute Pep masterclass. JSK says, don't think so. Anyway, they are not going into next round. Surely just got lucky. Dortmund were too crap. And also, it was controversial, right, JSK? It was a controversial penalty. Howards missed it and he was given it again. By the way, remembering that Howard's penalty miss, do you guys remember the Sterling penalty miss? I think 3 years ago for City when Sterling took a penalty. The first time he took a penalty, missed it, but since the goalkeeper was off the line early, referee gave it again. Sterling took it again he missed it. Since the goalkeeper was off the line, then he took it again. I think I think Sterling misses it again as well. So Sterling misses it thrice in a row or something like that. It was just insane. I was just having a laugh seeing Kai Havertz miss that penalty and taking it again. But honestly, I think we have had enough of Chelsea this season. We defeated them in the Carabao Cup. We defeated them in the FA Cup. We defeated them in the league. How many more matches do you want us to play with Chelsea? I think so. No Chelsea. I don't know how I would feel if we get one of the Italian teams, AC Milan or Inter Milan. Those will be difficult games because going to those stadiums, San Siro, will be a tough task actually. Those Italian crowds, the home games will be very difficult. I think the Italian teams, there are three Italian teams, I think, right? Milan, I don't know what's the score in the Inter Porto, but Milan, Inter, and Napoli. So interesting that Italian football has now three representatives in the Champions League in the last eight. That is interesting. Just wonder if Haaland would have been left on the pitch till 90, how many goals he would have scored. Probably would have scored 10 himself. It was just Haaland striking them like it was just ruthless Haaland. That's all. Goal after goal after goal. More than anything else. And also there's talk of Romeo Lavia of City buying back Romeo Lavia because I'm quite positive that Southampton would get relegated. I think there's a high chance, at least 90% chance that Southampton might get relegated. So then I think other teams would want to buy Romeo Lavia. I know we have a buyback clause. I think getting Romeo Lavia would not be a bad idea at all. Then what to do with Calvin Phillips? I don't have answers for that. Henderson trying to pass out from the back, and it's thrown in for City. That's very good defending. That's extremely good defending. There are certain games that would turn a season around. City against Chelsea was one such game in the COVID hit season 2021, and this game could be that for this season. Never know. This could be the game when City just turn the screw around and get back into form for the season. You never know. Calvin Phillips there. He's played well, he's controlled the game well, but he's not actually been put in under as much pressure as Rodri was in the first half. So I would like to see the number of shots for Dortmund on goal. I think it's just one shot off target in this half, if I'm not mistaken. Our defensive control has just been exemplary. Kevin De Bruyne, he would definitely like to have a shot on goal. Riyad Mahrez does extremely well. He's definitely in the mood. Mahrez is in the mood, but the Leipzig player takes the ball away. Leipzig on the counter attack here. Do not concede a goal. Look at the energy with which Foden is running back. That is fantastic tracking back from Manuel Akanji. Akanji just put on his off afterburners and it's been fantastic. The beautiful thing is Nathanake joining in the attacking thing, playing neat triangles with the attacking trio of Grealish, De Bruyne in the first half. Ake has just been exceptional. He's just grown into this team this season. I was a bit concerned when he said no to Chelsea, where he would start day in and day out. Just we wanted to stay here and dig in. What a goal! What a goal from Kevin De Bruyne to round it off. A long range banger from Kevin De Bruyne to round it off. Wonderful, Kevin. That is Kevin De Bruyne at his absolute best. That is Kevin De Bruyne at his supreme best. The way he's put it into the top corner. Look at what Kevin De Bruyne had done there. Riyad Mahrez gets the assist, but Kevin De Bruyne, that's just no one can save it. It's just gone into the top burners. It just gone into the top bins. That's just a fantastic strike. And people compare him to bloody Odegaard and stuff. This is a generational midfielder we are seeing in Kevin De Bruyne. And what a goal that is. And what an end to the match. I would say a controlled performance, mature performance in a knockout game. I would say in the past stages, I haven't seen City control the game so well against a team that presses well, against the team that has six runners, three attackers, and three from midfield also make the runs. It was difficult in the first half. Don't get let the score line flatter you. Nothing was easy in this game, especially in the first half. We could have easily been 2-2 going into half time. It was that difficult. Rodri was caught up a couple of times. It was not easy the way they were, the tenacity of their press and all. Don't let the score line flatter you again. It was not as if Leipzig were bad and City were very good, just like United were just plain bad against Liverpool. Leipzig were good in this game, and yet we managed to defeat them 7-0. So that is the greatness. I think this controlled performance, this has to be the blueprint of how we approach knockout games. Again, it was a controlled one. the beauty of this game was we control possession, we control the tempo of the game, and and still we managed to play the balls for the runs of Haaland, for the runs of Grealish, for the runs of Bernardo, everyone. That was the fantastic thing because early on, if we not just here but in the Premier League as well, if we had to, for example, play in Haaland, play to the runs of Haaland, it meant that you actually needed to compromise on your control, you needed to compromise on your possession and all of that stuff. But and a lot of people due to that were questioning as well. How does Haaland fit City? That does Haaland fit City? Does Haaland make City a worse team? Just show them the score line. That's all. But today, the beauty of today was the fantastic thing about today is Haaland was involved in the link-up play. Haaland connected with our midfield very well. We controlled the game, we kept possession, yet we managed to find Haaland time and again in the first half. I'm not even taking the second half into consideration. So it's fantastic. Is this the day when we have actually learned to play with our Erling Haaland? Is this the day when a screw has turned? Just like the 2021 season against Chelsea, turned the screw and got our season up and running. Is this the season? Is this the game that has turned the season? Season on the top of its head. Football Creek says, what a game, what a goal. Kevin De Bruyne, right, fantastic goal. But honestly, I feel something from this game. I feel that this season could be the kickstart of the time when finally we understand how to play with Erling Haaland. Because today I've not seen any of that crap with Erling Haaland being in the center and Ederson kicking long, Haaland having to fight it aerially. Nothing. It was smooth, one-touch football. It is almost sometimes it seemed as if are we even playing with the false nine or are we playing with Erling Haaland? So so the machine was absolutely smooth today. I think this is a realization of how you play with Erling Haaland. And then other player I would say is Nathan Ake. The runs, his runs to overlap Jack Grealish. No wonder the game of Jack Grealish has actually improved because the overlapping from Nathan Ake has we've actually seen in pre-season when Josh Wilson Brand was playing with Jack Grealish. Whenever Wilson Brand used to overlap Jack, the game of Grealish was something else. He was coming to the box, he was confident and all. So I think today, not just today, in the past 2-3 games when Ake is making those runs outside of Grealish, going past Grealish, sometimes inside, but mostly outside. Grealish is just playing with that freedom. How much I'm just wondering how much has Nathan Ake come from someone who was not even regular last time in the team to now he's the first name on the team sheet. His attacking play, his passing triangles, his 1-2s. Nathan Ake has just completely transformed this season. Don't know how he has done it, but and also the way Nathan Ake played out from pressure today. One of my concerns with Nathan Ake today was Leipzig are a damn good pressing team. And Leipzig pressed Ake very well actually. They were targeting him because of the four centre backs. I mean of the four defensive players at the back. Stones, Akanji, Diaz and Ake. You'd probably say Ake is the most limited on the ball in terms of pressing him direct. And Ake just played through the press wonderfully well. Didn't make a single mistake. Diaz made a mistake, for example, on one pass, giving it away. But Ake didn't make a single mistake. So just kudos to how far Ake has come. JSK says, don't know why the score line seems familiar. I'll ask this question to a United fan, JSK. They would just seem to remember it. They would just seem to remember it a lot. 7-0. How much the scoreline would haunt United scorelines again. 7-0 again in Manchester. But this time a team from Manchester doesn't get battered 7-0. Instead they score 7-0 and batter a team. The blue half of City have shown the red half of City how you score 7 goals, not get beaten by 7 goals. And by the way, John Stones' performance has gone under the radar. I've not seen even commentators or even people talking about John Stones in this match. I think the crucial element of John Stones today was again the press. The pressing at Leipzig. The thing is, Leipzig went man to man for the press. So it was almost I know Rodri was dropping in there and he was providing an extra man for the press, but the defenders, I mean, you could see the score line and say attackers are the stars. Fair enough, but I think defenders are the unsung heroes of this game. Man to man pressing, each of the defender passed out from the back exemplarily. Each of the defender from the back always made the right decision, especially in that first half. Each of the defender from the back choose the right time to hit the diagonal, choose the right time to play the pass forward. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful play from the back line today. And they defended their 1v1s very well as well. Fantastic play all round, I would say. Calvin Phillips also looked comfortable when he came on. So fantastic game overall, and enjoy the game and enjoy the day, enjoy the draw. I would say the draw is on Friday, so really looking forward to the draw as well, and really looking forward to a relaxing sort of a weekend now because we have Burnley to play at the weekend, and the great Vincent Kompany, one of our own, one of our legend uh, is coming to visit us at the Etihad. So that will just be fantastic. That will just be fantastic. And hopefully Arsenal drop some points at this weekend in the Premier League. That would just conclude a fantastic week for us. But anyway, regardless of what happens to Arsenal, it's already been a fantastic week for us. Anyway, guys, thank you again for joining me on this stream. It's just been fantastic having you all, and see you guys again. Take care.